My sting is broken! No more! You'll find the broodmother lurking in the golden hoard chamber!
You do not understand what you're dealing with, do you? I am the perfect organism. My structural perfection is matched only by my hostility. Spellbinder, let us speak beneath the sky. By the celestial moon, my compound eyes are finally clear. What has the Shadow Queen done to me?
The Shadow Queen cursed me with this form, twisting me into a dark reflection of what I once was in the old times. I have lived in anger and fever and hunger for generations, a ceaseless nightmare. Please, Spellbinder, can you help me? The curse can be lifted, and some good brought back to the land if you can restore my true image by using the Moon's Crown. The Moon's Crown is a potent relic carved from an arcane crystal at the top of the Eclipse Tower. Zoltana may know how to find it. Do not take too long, Spellbinder, or the shadows will come again, and my nightmare will begin anew.
Spellbinder, I have heard distressing reports from both Tyrian Gorge and the apiary. What news do you bring? The Shadow Queen has not suffered setbacks like these in generations. Well, not here, at the center of her power, at any rate. How have the Burrowers been able to do so much in so little time? You have heard rumors of a spy in the Umbra Legion? Who would risk so much for so little hope, It raises the question, why are you here? The Moon's Crown. The ancient seer Timon Whiteflame who dwells in Bastion might know. But take care, he is often thorny.
Who are you to disturb my contemplations? My work is vital. I am searching for rot at the core of Bastion. There is a spy working against the Shadow Queen. Have you heard the name Cornelius? Is this you? No, I don't think so. You are too young, too fresh. But I'll gut you and read my answers in your entrail. The moon's crown. It was lost at the end of the old times, right after the fall of Bastion. A brazen young burrower named Alyssa Stargazer heard Morganth and fled with the moon's crown to Tyrian Gorge. Alyssa Stargazer hid in the Winter Halo Caverns, an ancient cave once home to epic power. Perhaps she disturbed something in those fathomless depths, for neither she nor the moon's crown was ever seen again.
What knowledge did Timon Whiteflame have to share? A spy in Bastion? Something to discuss at greater length another time. What did you learn about the moon's crown? Lost in the Winter Halo Caverns? I do not know Tyrian Gorge that well. You need an expert in local geography. Go to Tyrian Gorge and seek out Captain Kator Jaral at the mining camp. Tell him I told him to help you.
Whoa! You stink like an ancient moth's ear. Don't you ever bathe? Why are you bothering me? We're recovering from several dastardly burrower attacks. Probably the work of this Cornelius. Zoltana said I was to help you? Help you do what? Find the moon's crown in the Winter Halo Caverns? Ha! A fool's tale. But search if you want. The caverns lie near the Milkweb Gate. They're infested, though, with winter scorpions.
In the depths of the cavern, you see a mystical staff that looks like it was made by a burrower. As you examine it, you sense a tiny spark of magic remains. Suddenly it flares up, summoning a ghost to stand before you.
Who are you that finds me after so very, very long? Are you the Shadow Queen? Do not hurt me, please! No! The venomous striders come! You are an agent of light, an arrow aimed at the heart of shadow. You seek the moon's crown. It is still here. The moon's crown is the key to the Eclipse Tower, once a place of pure moon magic, before it was corrupted by shadow. I stole the moon's crown and fled here, but I was weak and alone and could not fend off the winter scorpions, and so my spirit remains. The moon's crown is a prize of the baleful Empress. If you overcome her, my spirit will fly free on the winds of change.
Warm blood enters my home. A child of light? A spellbinder? You will provide a great feast for my children!
chip in the crown. A precious stone is missing. Still, with this in hand, you are well on your way to driving back the shadow. Thank you, Spellbinder, for freeing me.
Whoa! Stink of scorpion venom. Oh, you found the moon's crown, huh? Part is chipped? Oh, wouldn't worry. You can barely notice it. I'm sure it'll do just fine. Take it back to Zoltana and Bastion. And you tell her to find out who this Cornelius is. These spies cannot be tolerated.
Spellbinder, you have recovered the moon's crown? Your deeds are quite... I'm sure the Shadow Queen will take particular notice of you soon, if that is your wish. Kator told you to investigate the spy Cornelius? I would not worry about that. I do not think such a person exists. There has long been a rumor of a fifth column within the Umbra Legion, working against the Shadow Queen. This treasonous group supposedly believes in a different reading of the Shadow Queen's grand prophecy. But this is heresy. Any who claimed such a thing would face unimaginable punishment if they were to be caught. Who would? But to matters at hand, who sent you after the moon's crown? Mother, how curious. Take it back to her at once.
Spellbinder. I struggle to keep my thoughts my own. Do you have the moon's crown? I have been abuzz since you left, barely able to contain my emotions. I fear the Shadow Queen's wrath, but I cannot live like this. Do you have the moon's crown? I see it is broken and missing a gem, but it still has much magic within it. Bring the moon's crown into the royal queen's chamber, and let us see if we can master its use. Spellbinder, let the power of the moon's crown flow over me and wash away this crass and brutal form. I am transforming!
Spellbinder, I am restored, and yet the blood pounds beneath my antennae. Spellbinder, do you feel that cold wind blowing?
Young wizard, I told you I knew what you were up to. You wish to save the bees? Ha! How? When you can't even save yourself. Witness a fraction of the power of the song of creation.
Spellbinder, what have you done to me? A fever courses through my veins, and a hunger burns within my mind.
I must admit, I admire the broodmother's purity. A survivor, unclouded by conscience, remorse, or delusions of morality. I hope her poison lets you live long enough to experience a truly painful and wretched death.
Spellbinder, is that you? I was swallowed by the shadow, and you have saved my spirit a second time. Quickly, use the moon's crown to force me to shed the Shadow Queen's skin.
Spellbinder, the good you have done this day is invaluable. A great deal of work remains. The Yellow Jackets are still in the thrall of the Shadow Queen. We must save them. If we can restore the moon's crown, you could then wrest control of the Eclipse Tower from the Shadow Queen. From there, you could unravel her spell over Bastion and her control over my people. You need to locate the crown's missing fragment, a jeweled teardrop called the Moon's Tear. Gluttonous Blotter would know. He's a hideous creature who squats in the golden vault, hoarding treasures. If anyone has the Moon's Tear, it is him.
Yes? What goodies you bring to Gluttonous Blotter? You ask me for the Moon's Tear? I will trade it to you. If you get me 42 treasures that I covet, scattered far and wide. What's that? You defeated Cravenly the Hunter, and the Baleful Empress, and the Brood Mother? Okay, I will tell you, Spellbinder. Don't feed me to the humongo frogs. The Moon's Tear was lost in the Abyssal Cave, in Tyrian Gorge, the blackest pit in Crisalis. Now take your threats and your wand and leave me be. Ask that cold-blood Zaltana how to find the Abyssal Cave.
Spellbinder, it intrigues me to see you again so soon. The Shadow Queen orders us to watch for a wizard from Wizard City. She said this one pains her and disturbs her composure. The Shadow Queen offers unimaginable reward for any warlord or servant who brings her the wizard's wand. Or head, either. I admit I can imagine quite a lot. It is unlucky for me, then, that I know only you, Spellbinder. But no, I assume you delivered the Moon's crown to the satisfaction of the Brood Mother. News from the apiary has been limited. Tell me no more. You search for the Abyssal Cave now? It lies deep within Tyrian Gorge. Speak once again to Captain Katorgeral.
Oh, you stink of roach slime. Or is that the smell of Bastion's traitor? Any luck finding Cornelius? No. Pity. Okay. Now why are you back here? The Abyssal Cave. Haha. You do like to tour the Badlands, don't you? It's very dark in there. Very dark. Crystal geodes might light it up nicely if you cracked a few and let them loose. My men like to crunch on them. Good for the gizzard. You'll have to rustle the 100-leggers for him. Good luck.